Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Second in Command podcast. My name is Timothy Simons.
My name is Matt Walsh.
We are a podcast that examines the politics of cinema and cinema about politics.
Or we watch movies with presidents.
And vice presidents with wonderful guests, and today is no exception.
Excited.
Long-time friend of both of us.
Yeah, circles.
Yeah, from different circles. But Lamorne Morris, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's a good get for our show. You're a good get.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, all the podcasts are calling me. And I took the time out of my podcast schedule to be here.
I appreciate. We appreciate you very much.
If you can, is there a?
They don't even just go through me; they go through my team. They call friends, family. You know what I mean? Local podcasts.
You're sought after.
Yeah, in the podcast world.
Is there a podcast that, if after we booked you, if they called, that you would have been like, "Hey guys, I gotta reschedule."
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's a lot.
There's
not
a
like
fair
one.
amount.
That's not a lot. That's not a lot. It's one. It's two.
Okay.
It's just two.
All right.
Only two.
Let's hear them.
What are they?
It would have to be Smartless.
Okay. Yep. No,
you haven't done it yet?
I haven't done it yet.
You're ready. You're ready.
I just love them. I just love them individually as people. And then
I don't like one of them.
I can tell which one already. And I'm not gonna say anything.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
They might be listening.
Yeah. And Rogan. I would love. I just feel like
deep conversation. Yeah.
I would love to just sit there and talk about whatever he wants, and because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't know shit, and I feel like I see sometimes because he's a great conversationalist. And I could see people wanting to talk about woodworking, and then he'll know a little bit about woodworking, or he had a guy on the show who was a woodworker. He talks about MMA, all these different things. And I love when I see people on the show, because I don't watch it all the time, but I'll catch like clips, and it'll be like some person who's talking about a thing, and Joe will mention something, and you could see it in their eyes when they don't know what the fuck he's talking about, and then it's just like silence, and they're just like, yeah, and he goes on and on waiting for a response, and they're like, cool. Cool. Because there was no rhyme or reason to the show. It's just talk about whatever. And I guess they'd smoke and drink and just kick it and do nothing. And I'm like, some people on that show with like an agenda for something, once he goes off topic, they get so lost. And that would be me from the very beginning.
You just be like, I'm lost, and that's fine.
Hey, man, I'm just here to hang out. Give me a tour of your place, man.
I heard you can smoke it.
Yeah.
Lamorne, let's talk
Chicago.
Let's first talk about Chicago, because... Walshy, why don't you start like how you guys met each other, how you came, how did you come up?
I didn't know Lamorne in Chicago, but I feel like in LA we bumped into each other, and I think sort of reconnected at the San Francisco Sketch Fest.
Yes.
And that was fun, and I felt like we had similar friends and similar background, if you will.
Yeah, for sure.
Sketch, improv.
Yeah.
Like tell us about your path out here, starting. We'll start it wherever you like.
In Chicago, I started at Second City. I was doing Second City and doing I.O. there, just the improv scene and, the commercial scene. And,
did you grow up there?
Grew up, born and raised.
Really? What part of town?
South Side.
Okay.
South Side Chicago.
Whereabouts in the South Side?
101st and Eggleston.
I was 103rd and Kedzie.
Oh, where?
Is Eggleston east or west of that?
I think that's east of that.
You're east of that. Okay.
East of that, yeah.
What was your high school?
Well, I was going to go to Julian High School.
Okay, I've heard of Julian.
But we moved when I was 14, almost 15, 14, to Wheaton.
Oh, Wheaton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then I went to Glenbard South High School.
Okay, they were in our... Because I moved to Darien. I lived in Darien.
Yeah,
and they were in our conference. You did?
TGI Fridays on 75th.
Sure, that's the Mac. Yeah, all the malls are there.
Yeah, TGI Fridays.
There's a White Castle right there, too.
Oh, yeah. I frequented all those places.
Yeah.
Do you go back enough that you still know the block numbers of the streets, like Ashland 1600, Damon 2000? Do you, or have you forgotten? I honestly, I'm asking only because I have forgotten, and those
I've forgotten.
Okay.
I definitely forgotten. But I go back a lot. In fact, that maybe 2 years ago I bought a house there.
Really?
And because I was
in
there,
Wheaton or the city?
In Burr Ridge.
That's right by my family.
Yeah, I bought a house there, and I loved it until somebody asked if I was going to sell it. I wasn't in the market to sell it, But the money they offered me, I said, yeah, I guess I'm selling.
I guess I'm selling it.
I'm selling it.
Was it Bo Jackson? Doesn't he live there?
I heard he lives there.
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson was like right down the street.
There's a lot of
D.
big.
Wade, Common, all these people live
Yeah.
right in the
Whoa.
neighborhood. Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah, Chance the
big
Rapper.
money.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
I remember hearing stories about Jennifer Hudson. There was a Target that's in Burr Ridge, and like in between Burr Ridge and Oak Brook. And I remember going to Target, and the woman at the cash register recognized me, and she made a joke. She's like, "Are you gonna pay for everybody in line like Jennifer Hudson does?"
Oh my God.
And I said, "Does she really?" She's like, "Yeah." She came in here one time, and it was packed. All the lines were packed. She was in a hurry, and she had one item, and she said, "Please, can somebody let me cut?" And this woman was like, "Yeah, you can cut me." And so she cut this woman and gave the lady her credit card, and said, "You can pay for everybody in line. I'll come back and get the card later, but this card is for everybody in the line." And covered all of their stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I was like,
that's so cool.
I said, I ain't doing that shit.
I'm definitely not doing
I'm waiting.
It.
I'll wait. I'll wait. I gotta be late for the airport.
Plus, that lady could have kept the tab open. Like, you don't know how long that line.
Yeah, I know.
She could have kept the tab open. Hudson's got it. What do you got?
Everybody
I
comes
think
by
I'm going to
with
get a
it.
new sofa.
Yeah.
So did you always know growing up in Chicago that you wanted to go towards Second City and IO just because of the culture there?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't know anything about it. I just remember, being silly in class all the time and doing theater there, not knowing I could make a profession out of it because it wasn't necessarily something that was nurtured in my family. My mom was okay with me being silly because she used to be the same way, but we never thought about a career path of comedy or entertainment. We don't have examples around you. You don't really think it's possible. Moving to the burbs definitely helped because the teachers were very much so influential in my decision making. They, we notice you get kicked out of class a lot. We notice it's because you're telling jokes. You should probably turn that into something.
Yeah.
And a lady in detention hall gave me a pamphlet for Second City.
Oh,
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, and I had it, and I just had it in my room, and I never used it. I started doing theater at College DuPage, and during that process, I met this woman. Her name was Sarah Keeker. She was in our group with us, and she had a comedy group out in St. Charles that she was about to start with some Second City folks, and like one of them being Chris Witowski, and that's how I really started. I started there, then I just started taking classes at Second City because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. Sketch
comedy or improv. They literally had to teach me. She just knew that I was always being cast as the funny person in all the plays that we would get, the comedic relief in these shows. And then so she said, you should come try out, or you should just come join our group. So I would watch for a while and then kind of jump in when they were doing bits and stuff, and then fell in love with it. And then Second City kind of just kind of carved it up a little bit and taught me about the process from beginning to end, I guess. And then IO, same thing. Yeah. The only reason why I went to IO was because at Second City, they wanted me to understudy for main stage while I was in my level 1 class.
Already?
Whoa.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're a prodigy.
Well, I was like, and I didn't know I didn't know main stage was a big deal.
So you're like 20, 21? What are you?
At this point, 19.
Oh
yeah,
my-
I was like
You were
19.
still in college?
Yeah, I was still in college.
dude.
Yeah,
All right, wow.
I was 19, and they were like, but we're gonna send you to IO, so you can speed up this learning process. And because there are a lot of people who deserve to be on main stage that have gone through it, have gone through the process, and they're long out of class. So if they see you joining main stage, it's gonna be, it's not gonna look good.
Yeah.
So you may want to take more classes.
Yeah.
And so they paid for me to go to IO. And in that IO class, there was Thomas Middleditch, there was Stephen Yoon, like these like great actors that you see now.
Yeah.
We're all in class together, and the rest is history, I guess.
Did you get on a team at IO?
No.
No,
I
you just studied.
I just studied there. Just studied Second City. Studied. I ultimately did end up understudying a little bit for Antoine McKay. I think it was Antoine McKay.
Okay.
Did you ever end up going and like doing main stage stuff, or
Never.
no?
Never actually got a chance to
Not got
perform.
called up.
Yeah, never got called up because I ended up getting a gig like immediately afterwards for BET. So I had to leave and move to New York. I auditioned for this to host this TV show, and I got it.
What was the show?
It was called Hot Wired. It was like this video game and gadget show, and I just would do bits the whole time. So I would open the show with a monologue that I would write about what's to come, but it was comedic and silly and stupid. And then they would cut to me at all these like tech conventions, interviewing people, you know, being silly, going to the Comic Cons, going to all of the things. You know, it was great. I got a chance to like skateboard with Tony Hawk, and you know, I had the president of Nintendo twerking on, like at a convention for. I was like, I don't know why I was stupid and silly.
And were you a gamer kid, kind of, or this was kind of new territory?
Fairly new.
Okay.
I played video games, but not like my friends did. I never nerded out on it. You know, like, you know.
When was that you would have moved to New York?
05. So 05, 8 into 04, 05.
I just missed it. I was there 04, 05.
Okay, yeah.
Where did you live in New York?
Initially was Midtown. Initially it was like 57th between, right by BET, like the CBS building. Then I moved to Jersey. A couple months later, I hated New York.
Yeah.
At that time, I just couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, well, Midtown's rough.
Oh my God. So I moved to Jersey, to Edgewater.
Okay.
And like right across the water. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, that was it.
That timeline makes sense. So, like the way that I know Lamorne, and is that I moved to Chicago in 2003. Mm-hmm. I would say maybe after being like a year in there, so like in that 2003 2004 range is when I like first maybe started to like go on like some commercial auditions, or like whatever, like, you know, the 2-line parts for a show or a movie that was filming in town, and had not really had any luck at any of those at that point. But Lamorne was like a guy that I saw every single time I was there, and I think you had a vibe about you. It was like, oh, there's Lamorne. It was like the kind of thing where you show up and Lamorne's there, and it's like, all right, well, everybody else can just go home. But one thing that I have always really loved about you, and even then, is that you always had, I don't know, whatever, like success can go different ways for different people, but you always had a really wonderful vibe in a commercial audition room. Like I always, even though we didn't really talk a lot, didn't really know each other, I definitely knew who you were, because I also would see, like I saw you on billboards out there, you know what I mean? It was like, you just like, you always had a great vibe and were very nice to everyone when you were there.
Thank you, man. Yeah, that's my mom. My mom is like, was just a kind person. So I never really saw like ego in our house or you know what I mean? Nothing like that. And so when you do see people who become successful and they're just pure dickheads and like assholes and really, like, I hate it. Like I genuinely hate it. And so even back then, it's just a commercial scene. But like people would say that to me. People would go, "Uh-oh, Lamorne's here," and I would
you're
like,
a big fish in a small pond.
Yeah, I mean,
it's real.
It was a fun time, because all my friends are performers. All my friends are actors at Second City, and it was like, it was really fun to like have internal, like, not beef, but like an internal kind of competition with your like close buddies. Where they'd call you and go, "You going to this? You going to the shaving cream commercial audition?" And I'm like, "No, should I?" They'd get there, I'm already there. Like, I was trying to give you some hope.
It's like sibling rivalry.
This is just one of those things that, like, then I feel like when I moved out here, I would see you around, and then I ultimately, like very shortly after I moved out here, saw you on New Girl. You, a person that's always very easy to cheer for and root for, and I always feel like because we have a lot of mutual friends, would see you around, a very welcome face whenever I would see you. How long were you in New York, and then what prompted the move to LA?
I was in New York for a few years, a little over 2 years. I want to say maybe 3 years. Yeah, roughly around that. Because the first year. Yeah, the first year I wasn't officially living there. I was going there for extended periods of time and then coming back to Chicago. And then they forced me to move there because they were tired of paying for my flights. Yeah. So they forced me to move to New York. And then while living in New York, I hated it. I honestly wasn't very happy. It was the most depressed I've ever been in my life.
All right. So if you like what you're listening to, guys, guess what?
You can find the rest of it on Patreon. All you got to do is you go to patreon.com/second in command and subscribe for $5 a month, and you have access to the entire Veep Rewatch catalog, which you cannot get anywhere else. Lots of bonus content, and you
The
will
rest
have
of this episode,
the
quite
rest
frankly.
of this episode that you were enjoying. So we'll see you over there, patreon.com/second in command. And here's one other thing. If you sign up on your mobile browser or on desktop, you will avoid a 30% upcharge from Apple. So if you want to pay Apple more money to get the same content, you absolutely can. After you sign up on your mobile web browser or your desktop, you can then use the app and you won't get that 30% upcharge. Just letting you know.
I think I understand what you mean.